Blessings, everyone. Today, I would like to offer a message, an oracle from the Angel Prayers. This is a deck that I've worked with a lot, and I absolutely love the angels and the messages they bring. Today, this morning, when I was sitting in stillness, the angels came through, and they've been guiding me and nudging me because I've been feeling like I got off a lot of my purpose here, trying too hard to fit in with certain things. And they just kind of nudged me and reminded me that I wanted to be of service. And that is a beautiful thing to do, is to be able to share these things with others on the journey in that loving space without any intention other than love. And so some of the things that I've been kind of sharing on social media recently, or trying to get messages across, has kind of went a little bit to the side because I got lost more in sharing it than that sacred space. And because I'm also learning through this, it's important for me to stay in that place of gratitude and love and humbleness, and remembering that we are all here together in this space of source, an expression of source, sharing with each other in a space of love. And so I had to be centered back in that space, and the angels come through, and they're very loving and bright, and their tone is a resonance, an octave of light that there's no words that I could use to describe it. So before I do this reading, I needed to just bring a personal message, because I want to say thank you to those who have been watching the videos and allowing me to share the singing bowls on social media. And I have come back to the original source of this, which is a gentle, loving energy without any pretense, because the angels are who works with me the most here. Though I am a star seed and I work with the light beings, and I also am a channel of poetry. The intergalactic angels, I call them, they come through and they bring poetry. It hasn't come through in a while because I got too wrapped up in Renee and worrying about how I came across and if anybody was paying attention and all those things in the monkey mind. And I needed to step aside a little bit and just center back in this. This is where I'm at. The angels and the love. And so I'm going to shuffle. But first, I would like to say thank you to Source for allowing me to be a medium of light. I am so very grateful. And I ask the angels, please step forward and help bring a message for the highest good. Thank you. And I always shuffle the cards. I do 3. 1 represents Source. The second represents Spirit, our higher self. And the third represents Soul. This is our expression of our higher self here, our story. Then what I do is I always just lift the cards. The angels will they move the card. Here's one that moves out of place. This is the one I'll take. And this is New Beginning. Thank you, angels, for opening up the doors to change. I am ready. Beautiful resonance. pours through, the angels are saying that we're integrating. They're using the word integration because this is the shadow work and this is the light. And as we step through the door, through the gateway of the new life that we are creating, Divine Mother is with us, helping us co-create and remembering that centering light. We step forward without the duality because it's integrated. That saying, as above, so below, is more prevalent than ever because it's a wholeness now. We step forward embodying the balance. And they're bringing my attention to the beautiful light. And this representing the codes, the DNA codes. They say that we've integrated so very much. And we've all been downloading and accepting these upgrades and allowing them and embracing them. But now it's time to step through the doorway. It's time to step through the new beginning. It doesn't matter about this large shift. It's what we do now in the present moment. And it doesn't have to be life-altering and profound. It can be as simple as what they're just reminding me of what I said before the video in the early part of the reading, is that I just went back into the stillness just to allow that reminder of why I'm doing what I'm doing. To connect with others, soul family. All of this journey that we're weaving here, it's part of a wholeness. And so very many have accepted the shadow work. But they want us to know that the most important part of this isn't always going through the darkness, embracing it, working through it, healing. But what are we going to do now? We cannot heal and embrace and embody all this work, the downloads, the teachings, the shadow work, looking in the mirror, centering, until there is also movement forward. Part of the biggest part, sorry, they're correcting me, the biggest part of all of this is using it. We can't embrace all of it and embody everything and step back into the life that we were living. Nothing is the same. It's a constant change. And originally, in the beginning of our journey, all of us went in kicking and screaming because we didn't know that they're laughing. We didn't want to do that. We knew it was going to be hard. We started remembering why we came here. We started opening up. We started listening to each other, all the wisdom that we've shared because we've gone through it and done some of the work. Now they say, it's time to do this. Putting it into motion. Being completely present with it. It's a new beginning. It's not earth-shattering. We're not taking everybody down. We're not going to look into our lives and say, wow, I just co-created a whole new universe. It's integrating. All of this actually, in the actuality, has been there. The shift isn't what's happening around us. Whether it's political figures no longer in office or the changing of how things are handled with our energy sources. All these things have been there. The giant shift, this is what the angels are showing me, is the awareness. It's integrating the wisdom. The changes, yes, we observe, we see, we experience the change. But the shift, that's just part of the matrix. Part of an illusion. And it doesn't happen to everyone at once. We're not all going to move up to this idea of a 5D shift of consciousness. It's subtle because it's bringing into actuality. It's the shift of our awareness and our own individual consciousness, embracing the whole. That's the shift. Everything around us is not going to change drastically. Our experience of it will. And that angels are saying it's time. We're ready. We cannot prepare any more for any of this than what we've already done. And the biggest preparation was acknowledging that we're doing the work. Sometimes we're waiting for the sign where we're looking to see what feels different. We're looking to see what we notice that is different. We want to start recognizing everything is different outside of us. And they're saying that this isn't how it's going to work. This is just a shift of awareness, and it comes when we're ready to start living, moving from, loving from the wisdom that we've already created. And so they're pulling their energy back there. They're keeping this very simple today. They say, you're ready. We're ready. It's ready. Live. Stop waiting for everyone around us to get to that space. Stop worrying about whether the government is going to get to that space, or, again, whether nature is rising up to that space. All is perfect. All is working as it should. Everything is purging. Everything is coming out. The shifts have been created. The awareness is there. It's just living it. So I thank you for allowing me to bring this message and share a little bit of the personal journey that I'm on. One thing I have learned recently that really does take us 10 steps down the spiral is when we keep saying we're not ready, we have to do this, we're working on that, we're working on this. There's no greater, expansive, beautiful embodiment of it all is than when we recognize it's always going to be a process. Until we have left this reality and returned back to where we come from, our source, it's a process. And we can do this together if we wait and wait and wait until we feel like we're in that space we need to be, especially for love. I know I see a lot of friends on social media that keep saying that they're working on themselves, they're doing all these things so they can be ready for that divine love. We're missing it then, because the divine love is at the same frequency we are, and they're working through this, they're embodying it. That is the gift. The gift isn't to stay alone all the time and then move into that. The gift is we are remembering each other in that frequency space and saying, you know what? Let's do this together. And let's support each other and raise each other up. And let's love each other unconditionally. And what you see as a work in progress, I see as the most divine, beautiful, loving light. And I recognize your progress and my progress and I'm going to hold your hand through it. Don't wait until you feel like you've reached that space, because you're denying the love, the real love, the unconditional love. We need to experience that. Everybody is aching for that love. And we made that promise to each other. That's when we'd meet up, so we could share it. Much love, everyone. Many blessings.